Hello Pisces, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super happy to have you here. We are going to dive right into your reading. I like to begin my readings by thanking those of you who have been with me, who have watched many videos, who have liked, who have shared, who have subscribed, who have commented. I really truly appreciate the ways that you guys really support this channel and support me, and I am so grateful. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. I am hopeful that you will find a message that brings you some peace and clarity. And if you do, I would love for you to hit subscribe. It means a lot to me, and we'd love to have you here. So guys, we're going to dive right in with what does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know right now? Please, Spirit, just keep in mind these are general readings. And so take what resonates and leave the rest. Sorry, I'm already getting some things here. You have every journey starts with a single step, and relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. You know, Pisces, I've been getting, there's just been this energy around you where it's like you're coming out of a cocoon. You know, it's like you have gone through some kind of transformational process, and it's like you're coming out and you're ready to begin something, and it feels kind of profound and it feels kind of prolific, and some of you have already started this journey. Some of you are already kind of like off to the races. But you know, there's always a certain courage that is required to transform, you know, to truly transform and to be something different and to be someone different. You know, when we kind of raise our vibration, there are people whom may have had years long friendships with that we no longer resonate with. And even being around them, continuing to be around them, or continuing to try to have conversations with them, or continuing to try to, you know, it's exhaustive. It's, you know, it becomes more and more apparent and obvious that you have elevated and that this person is still very much in the same space. And sometimes it can even be hard because then we recognize where we were also. You know, I remember, this is many years ago, I had kind of a girl squad that it's like all of our kids went to preschool together, and we became friends at that time, and we would do lunch on a, you know, fairly consistent basis. And a lot of the lunches would be like, it would be like talking about people and talking about situations at the school, you know, in people's marriages, like just different things that, like, now I don't really entertain those kinds of conversations. They're just kind of, I just don't resonate with them. I always kind of like want the best and wish the best for everyone, because I know that if that happens, then the entire collective consciousness raises. And then where I can go as a part of this collective consciousness also raises. And that's what I'm interested in. So I like to talk about concepts. I like to talk about, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say like deeper things, because no judgment. It's not a comparison of this or that. But it's just that isn't in resonance with me anymore. You know, and I don't think it really was even at the time, looking back on it. It's just that that's what people did, and I enjoyed the sense of connection and the sense of camaraderie and the sense of, my kid has a fever, does your kid have a fever? Oh, they do. Have you taken them to the doctor? Did you give them Tylenol? Did that work? What are you thinking? You know what I mean? Is it a virus? Is it a bug? You know what I mean? Like, I needed that, you know, as a young mom. And so there's kind of just this energy, though, of going through something similar to that in your life right now. Things that don't fit will have a tendency to fall away. Things that don't fit, it's like, this is where towers come in that are really good. These are really good towers, because it's like that isn't a fit for you anymore. And so it falls away. Sometimes I'll say it's God weeding your garden, you know, whatever the case may be. But it really, the purpose of it is for you to thrive to a higher degree. And that's what I feel from this energy. It's like you may have gone into a space, a bit of a caterpillar, still trying to feel your way through, you know, concerned with more sort of primal things, or maybe even survival. But you're emerging out this beautiful, wise, kind of free spirit energy of the butterfly, you know. And it's like you've just got to have the courage to take this first step in the transformed state. I don't know how to say it, you know what I mean? But it's like it's like we gain this comfortability with where we are in this new transformed state by just putting one foot in front of the other, just by being it, by living it, by being true to it, by living in integrity with it and with ourselves, kind of an energy. But it feels like there's still a newness around this energy at this time, or like we're still discovering, or even sometimes we will have the tendency to sort of fall back into old easy habits, like people pleasing, like things like that, where it's like really that's not in resonation with us anymore, but it's so kind of deeply ingrained in our system that, you know, it's hard to we have to be mindful and conscious in order to pick a different route. This is a new deck. I'm just using it now for the first time. And it's interesting what I'm getting. You have foodie photographer, you have Netflix and chill, and you have conspiracy theorist. Okay, and you have FOMO sufferer. Okay, I literally, okay, here's what I'm getting from this. And I like, wow. It is almost like two people with two very different expectations. It's kind of like one person likes to do things for show, or, you know, kind of puts it all out there. They may have a strong Instagram, or what is it called? Social media presence. You know, where it's like they kind of want people to know that they're living this fabulous life, or that they're eating this fabulous food, or that they're having these fabulous experiences, or you know, I don't know, what I'm getting from this is sort of catering to that need of external approval. And then you have someone else who's like completely uninterested in that with the Netflix and chill, and it's like, you know, I just want to watch movies and have conversations about it and bond and sit together and be in each other's energy. And, you know, like it's not important to me if anyone knows, or if it's out there, or I don't have anyone to impress kind of energy. And it's like this person ends up here overthinking, kind of being like, well, I'm not getting the reactions that I'm expecting from this person, or they're not behaving in the way in which I feel like other people have. And so there's got to be some kind of reason for it. So they're looking for the reason that they aren't interested in this. And it's like really overcomplicating it, because it's super simple. It's really just that this person does not care anymore what other people think, or if other people know, or this or that. They don't, it's not about this relationship. It's not about anything in particular. It's just, this is their general attitude of, I'm tired of, you know, caring what other people think. Like, it got me nowhere, you know, it's unimportant. Like, I'm totally secure in myself. I don't need that. You know, what I need is actual, connection. But you've got someone over here where this FOMO sufferer, it's giving me like, oh, I don't want to look like an idiot. I don't want to be like all in. I don't want to be out here trying to put that I'm in this relationship or in this connection or hooking up with this person or however it is. And then sort of look like a fool, but also they're kind of not committing if that's the case, because and maybe it's because they're like, well, you know, I don't know that this person is fully on board with me. Like, the FOMO of this energy is, it feels more like it has to do with an outlet for fear. And I mean, fear of missing out. I mean, it is a fear. But it's kind of like someone who maybe pays more attention to social media and sees it as relevant and sees it as important. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there, but we're gonna do it like that. You know, sees it as relevant, sees it as important, sees it as not factual until it shows up on their For You page. I don't know. And so, you know, this energy is not, it's not resonating with them. These are two people that are a bit different energetically. Not to say that they're not compatible. I don't feel that. But I feel like there is some difference here, that it's going to take a moment to come to a level of comfort between these two people, that they get it with each other. You know what I mean? That like, it's not something that they need to be skeptical about, that it's something that I'm even getting that like has less to do with the relationship than it does the personality of the people involved. Okay. Mm-hmm. See, there's a lot of external here. There's a lot of, there's a lot of, how do I even want to, you know, these like, it's like a lot of external influences here, and it's kind of external influences to the place where it's actually hard to enjoy what you have in front of you, because you're so concerned about the optics of it, and there is a need to let that go, because you have memories here and you have nourish on the bottom of the deck. This is about like literally just making this connection about the connection itself and not about any other thing. It does feel like there are like multiple moving pieces in this scenario. There may be third-party situations. Those could be actual people. Those could be actual situations that this person is prioritizing over the connection itself. It could be a lot of different things, but it feels like there's almost this escalating conflict that it's kind of created by the stress of, it's almost like I don't want to ask for what I feel I need or what I feel I want, or I don't want to make someone feel bad about being a certain way, but like it's actually preventing me from being able to relax and enjoy this connection and like give this connection my all. And I need to release it one way or another. Like I either have to come to a place of peace with it internally myself, where I can just accept that this is who this person is, or this is how it is, or this is how it's going to be. Or I have to have some kind of conversation here about this, because it feels like it's actually taking away from the foundation of the connection, like the ability to actually build something, solid here. And sometimes you see this energy around like where we're in that talking phase. We haven't like fully committed to each other. We're not really out in public. We're not really, you know what I mean? And it's like we're either making that decision to do that, and it's starting to get complicated. There are starting to be like, maybe it can be that someone outside the connection likes one of the people in the connection, or multiple people like one or both of the people in the connection. You see what I'm saying? And it's getting hard to navigate this space, because technically you're not my boyfriend or you're not my girlfriend, but like also, I don't want to like hook up with your friend, you know what I mean? Or I don't even want to give them the impression that they can pursue me or that they should pursue me. And it's almost like, I feel almost like a resentment, kind of starting to form, where it's like, like somebody is feeling like, almost like I shouldn't need to navigate this space. Like, it almost feels like you're putting me in this position because you came for me. We started this. It's time for it to move in a direction. It's time for the Two of Wands. Either we're doing this or we're not doing this. But like sitting in this neutral zone, or sitting in this zone where it's not, public knowledge, or it's not out there to be recognized, or, I can't really say, yes, I'm in a relationship, or I'm not single anymore, or something. And it's like there's a resentment there. It's kind of like I am having to deal with all of these things because I'm in this situation. I have no benefit of the situation. I don't have any ability to say, yeah, this is what this is. So, like, sorry, but I'm not available. You know what I mean? It's kind of like now I have to navigate this space. I have to like, possibly let someone down easy. But it's kind of like, there's a lot of thinking going on, but not a lot of action taking. And I feel like Pisces, kind of where you are as you're emerging from this, things that you might have tolerated at one point, you're less tolerable of now. And it's kind of annoying. It's like, catch up, like show up and grow up and like be right, or let it go. And for some of you, this can even be, like a past situation where, it's like the door is somehow still open, or, we say that it's over, we're not together, but, but we're still talking, but we're still like this, or it's something that's starting out and it's just in that talking phase. I don't know. It feels like a complicated situation that is interacting with an environment that is kind of like wind shear to a hurricane. It sort of breaks it apart. It takes the momentum out. It slows it down. You have the Empress here, and Pisces, I feel like this is you. It's like, who you are, what you're about, that it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be easy. That you're a manifester. If this isn't the thing, then fine. Okay, it's not the thing. I'm more than happy to like move beyond it. Like I can let it go. It may be hard. I may have developed feelings, or I may be very hopeful about the situation, or I may think that this person is the bee's knees or whatever, and I may not really want to, but ultimately at the end of the day, I trust the universe, and I trust that what's for me will not pass me by, and that if this is meant to be, then this person is going to elevate and give into an emperor status, and they're going to give me what I need in this life. You know, they're going to take charge of a situation. They're not going to let it fall to shit from wind shear, from external influences. You know, they're going to take control of the situation. And if they can't step up into that role, then guess what? Someone else will. I'm the damn Empress, and I know it. You know how I kept getting the energy of the triple threat? I just got it again. And as I got it, I literally saw the 3 at the top of the Empress card. So very interesting energy. You know, it's like you are probably intelligent, you are probably attractive, you are probably solid and stable and like doing fine on your own, you know, not needing, you know, the help of someone else. You know, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, you know, this Empress energy is someone who's quite confident in their ability to create the life of their dreams, you know, and have and then live a life of abundance. You know, you don't need someone else to fulfill that for you. You are quite capable of doing it yourself. Then you have the 9 of Swords with the Hermit and the 8 of Wands. This is a super interesting energy because it's like someone who is, you know, actually afraid, and it may not come across that way. But you've got the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this is someone who feels things very deeply. They are super, super, super sensitive. They may have been hurt before. And because they're dealing with an Empress, the stakes are a lot different when you're dealing with an Empress than when you're dealing with, you know, I'm really sorry about this. I know it's not fun to watch, but the stakes are really different when you're dealing with an Empress than when you're dealing with, you know, somebody in the minor arcana, right? It's like you have to show up fully for an Empress. An Empress is not going to accept less. You know, they're not going to say, oh, you're super sensitive and you need to guard your heart because you've been hurt before and so you're afraid. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can be emotionally unavailable. No, an Empress is going to say, I'm sorry, I don't take half people. I only take whole people. Like, you know, if this is still a problem for you, okay, like maybe we're not ready for a relationship, then let's like, you know, maybe separate and you do you and I do me. And if the thing comes together, if it's meant to be, then okay, fine. I don't know. But this person in their singleness, in this space where I feel like they are by themselves, you have the Hermit here. This indicates a single energy. You also have that backed up by the 9 of Swords, which is a single energy. And this can also be someone where things really get to them at night when they're by themselves, when they're alone, when they're in bed. They may start feeling a bit anxious, like, oh my gosh, you know, I really have feelings here. Because the King of Cups indicates someone that has deep feelings already. You know, and it's like, man, I'm kind of out here really exposed, really vulnerable already, and I'm not into it, and I don't really know how to handle it. And I'm also somebody who may be very used to sort of being by themselves or being a bit of a loner with the Hermit and the 9 of Swords. And maybe I'm like that because I am trying to sort of keep myself safe, because I know I'm a sensitive person and the world has a tendency of being not too kind. And like, I recognize the value and everything of this Empress, but it also scares the crap out of me, because it's making me, it's forcing me to come out of an energy that feels very safe to me. The cocoon, right? Maybe you've emerged from the cocoon and this person is following you. Maybe part of this connection is waking this person up to that. With the 8 of Wands, it feels like this person knows that there needs to be a conversation, or that it's going to require some type of communication for this to move forward, or for this to really have a chance to be successful. And it feels like this conversation makes this person feel very anxious and really challenges this person on a lot of deep levels. But I also think this conversation challenges this person to step into this king energy that they are. You know, to really figure out what they're made of, you know, to really understand that, wow, you know what, you are capable of holding a space of deep emotion without getting anxious, without getting uncomfortable. You know, the king energy is the master of that energy. So this is someone who really they are capable of feeling deeply without it wrecking them, you know? So it may be like, I just got to get used to this idea. I've got to work through the process a few times on my own. And then I've got to, you know, step into this king energy and take action. What is this, Empress, please? Ace of Swords, yes. With the 9 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Damn. I mean, this, Pisces, if this is you, it's like first of all, you're probably very attractive to a lot of people. There may be external competition. There may be people who are interested in dating you, even that this person knows about. Maybe even their friends, or maybe even, you know, like people they talk to. And so they're like, man, it's like, I really want to say, you know, I'm kind of with Pisces, but like at the same time, I can't, because we're not at that stage yet, or whatever, you know what I mean? It does feel like the anxiety the volume is being turned up on it by some external pressure. And it's like, I feel like this person wants everything to be perfect, like this foodie photographer. And it's like trying to figure out how to balance wanting things to be perfect with this overthinking mind and this, I really care what other people think, and I kind of want it to be official so that people stop going for my Empress, you know what I mean? Or because of this external factor here. It's like I feel like I need to make this declaration, or I need to, like, you know, step into this space, right? You've got the Hanged Man with the 4 of Wands clarifying this, I feel like, the masculine's energy here. And, you know, this is saying, I feel like this person has actually really thought about this. And I feel like they've come to this place where the solution is to make this permanent, or to, you know, make this an us instead of a me. You know, we go from seeing that Hermit energy to the 4 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. This is an us kind of situation. And it is, you know, creating the foundation of the relationship. It is saying, you know, like, we are officially declaring ourselves together. It is the result of a manifestation, but it is also like, you know, I want our foundation to be strong. I don't want it to be based in some really complicated social situation that was totally unnecessary, but happened because I wasn't, you know, man enough or masculine enough to, like, step up and take the action that was required at the time. The feminine energy with the Empress being clarified by the Ace of Swords is seeing everything very clearly. She knows what needs to be said. And I think that she's careful with her speech to always kind of honor what she sees or what she, you know, knows. And what she feels will bring success and victory to the situation. You know, she's looking for it to succeed. She's also owning her truth. She's not going to play small to make it easy for somebody. You know, she's not going to just be like, oh, okay, you know, whatever, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? She's honest. She has integrity. She moves and acts in alignment with what she knows to be true. Ten of Pentacles. Page of, hold on, sorry guys. Page of Pentacles. Wow. With the 3 of Cups. I'm going to clarify this 3 of Cups. You guys get the 3 of Cups like every day. And sometimes I feel like when an energy is really consistent, it's just really consistent. But sometimes I think it's like, have I touched on what this is about, or have I not? And that's why it keeps coming up. You know what I mean? Okay. Damn. There could be this couple here could be part of a friend group, or it's like they could each have their own friend group. Their friend groups could clash. Someone's friend group might not be in alignment with them. It could also be, though, that it almost feels like someone who doesn't want to face or see or look at things that aren't kind of, it's like in alignment with what they want to be the case. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like I know that there is competition for this Empress, but I kind of ignore it or move away from it or don't give it any kind of credit because it won't, because that is an impetus for change, because that puts stress on the situation. That makes me feel like I have to take action. And so instead of taking the action, it's like this person runs away from it or runs away from acknowledging it, or you know, the Three of Cups is like a friend group. You know, it's giving me, it's like, when you have, it's like, I'm getting the Friends era when it's like, Rachel and Ross were hooking up, Chandler and Monica were hooking up, like it gets messy. And there's also these hidden kind of attractions, or maybe they're not so hidden, maybe they are sort of overt. There's a definite energy of competition around this situation, where it's like either one or both, and I kind of feel like both people are kind of in the thick of a situation where it's like maybe multiple people want them. But I feel the problem here, like, I don't want to say the problem, but like the issue that we're talking about today in today's reading is kind of more about how there is this energy of guardedness around this masculine. I feel it's the masculine, and I feel that it's because they have been wounded in the past. It does feel like they are like maybe more sensitive than they let people on to believe. And I feel like this person, in order to sort of protect themselves, there is this like, maybe I'm aware of this competition, or maybe I'm aware of this situation, but like also I don't want to dwell on it, or I don't really want to look at it, or I don't even maybe want it to be part of this decision that I'm making about how I'm going to handle this situation with Pisces. Because either it makes me feel too anxious, or it makes me feel too stressed. It makes me even possibly put my guard up. But it's like you can't really run away from it necessarily, because it exists. It's there. It's part of the equation, and it's part of the equation for a reason. And I do think it is partially to bring about this space of making a decision, because we have Justice on the bottom of the deck. And I feel it is definitely regarding a friend group. It may not be a message for all of you, but it's definitely a message for some of you. So the onus is here for someone to make an offer. And it does feel like they're showing up. Page of Pentacles. They may be, you know, asking on one date rather than saying, hey, let's start dating, you know, like let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, or let's be, you know, at a deeper level of commitment, whatever that is. But it does feel like they are making an offer. It feels singular. It's like for tonight, like let's try it. Let's see what it would be like. I see with the Empress is really interested only in the Ten of Pentacles. She's only interested in situations where doing one thing is fine, but it's one thing that is the beginning of something deeper, something greater, something more invested. Let's clarify. Yeah. The feminine is like, I know what I want. I'm very clear about what I want. And I'm also very clear about what I think this is. And so it's fine if it goes slowly, as long as it's going to a solid place, as long as we're really getting to know each other, as long as it's culminating in us coming together on a long-term basis where we're actually building something solid and stable. Okay, so this masculine is okay. They are really, this energy is being clarified by the Two of Cups. So they are really putting their best foot forward. Like it may be a small offer, or it may be like, oh, let's go on one date, or, you know, let's go to coffee, or just the two of us. Maybe let's separate from this friend group. Let's see what our dynamic is, just you and I. Or it could even be like, let's, you know, get to know each other on the level of dating, right? Or the Two of Cups, like let's figure out what a mutually beneficial relationship looks like for both of us. Like let's talk about it. With the King of Pentacles showing up on the bottom of the deck, this person has solid energy. They would be able to actually make it happen. They would be able to actually like follow through on the situation. But it's like they're showing up in the Page of Pentacles, like, because I feel like they're guarded, because it's like, you know, maybe they've shown up as the King of Pentacles before and had nowhere to go. You know, you can't really go up. From there, you know what I mean? It's like, that is, I mean, you can go to Emperor, right? But like, you know, if you show up and you're like all in and you give everything you have in the first minute, then there's nowhere to say, yeah, this is growing, yeah, this is building, yes, I'm taking this to a different or deeper level here. And it's kind of also that energy of like, let's see where it goes. You know what I mean? Interesting. The Five of Pentacles came out and it felt like it came out in reverse. Doesn't this look like it's in reverse? Doesn't that look upside down to you? But it's not. It's right side up. But I had to look at it for quite a while to determine whether it was or it wasn't. And then you have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely an energy here. Let me put some crystal clothes on. Where, you know, this feminine is really, they are looking long term and they are looking for something that lasts, but they're also willing to wait and be patient and wait for someone to be ready, or wait for even the right timing, or or even wait for the right person if it isn't this person, you know. They are really allowing themselves to be led by their intuition and by, you know, kind of, it feels like their higher spiritual power, what they feel more than what they think with this particular Three of Wands. And with this masculine is closing out a cycle of the Five of Pentacles, which is that scarcity mindset that, you know, I can't open up, or I can't live truly and freely my full emotional self because I'll get hurt, because I'll get abandoned, I'll get taken advantage of, I'll get, you know, whatever the case may be, that this masculine feels, that fear, that anxiety, that sense that needs to be guarded. And, you know, it's like if I let this person know how much I like them, then they're just going to take me to the cleaners. You know what I mean? Kind of energy is what I'm picking up on. But it doesn't feel to me, an Empress isn't going to do that. An Empress doesn't need what you have. An Empress can make it herself. An Empress just wants your company for the journey. So it's kind of like, I think that may be where, you know, because this is a repeat of this 3 energy, where it's like the masculine is kind of maybe seeing this feminine more for her truth, you know, rather than what he's sort of projecting on her from this scarcity mindset that is coming from an insecurity or a fear space. They're kind of seeing that the feminine is not in a rush. The feminine is not trying to force this thing to happen. The feminine is not like, oh, please pick me, pick me, pick me. The feminine is like, hey, I'm doing just fine on my own. If you need space, if you need to figure this out, go ahead. But like, if a different ship comes in, I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to see what it's all about. You know what I mean? It just feels like a very relaxed energy, but it's enough to sort of put this masculine at ease, to make them feel like, okay, wait, you're actually not trying to take me to the cleaners. And it's making this an easier choice with the Lover's card on the bottom of the deck. It's actually like stripping away, you know, the fear, stripping away, you know, who gives a shit what the outside world thinks? Like, let's just figure this out together. Let's be vulnerable. Let's be open. Let's cuddle up and talk until we're both at ease. You know what I mean? Let's get to know each other. Let's choose each other. It's a soulmate connection for sure. This masculine is getting more and more determined, it feels like. Damn, you got that 3 of Cups again on the bottom of the deck. This masculine, so the 3 of Wands is being clarified by the King of Wands. It is almost as if like this feminine's approach, her ease of being, her lack of worry, her lack of clinging, her lack of ultimatums or forcing, or, you know, like whatever. It's like making her more and more and more attractive to this masculine. It's like, I now know what I have always wanted. I've had the space to come to the conclusion that you are exactly what I want, and I'm taking action. There is no more time of me sitting here between these 2 wands trying to make a decision. I am getting over, I'm releasing the scarcity mindset, this fear. I am, you know, putting a final end to this choice that has been sitting in front of me, and I am picking you, you know, like I am determined to, you know, make this happen, because I now know exactly what I want, and I was able to come to that place freely on my own. So I have really the courage of my convictions like I have never experienced it before with the Death card. And I'm showing up in a way that I have never shown up before because of that Death card. Again, you have that 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so it doesn't feel like the external influences stop. It just feels like this couple, you know, like my husband and I will always say, it's like me and him against the world. Like, we're not fighting with each other. We're a team to fight the world. And that's what it kind of looks like. The decision that's being made here is that this is the end of you and me as separate entities, and this is us really transforming and coming together. And like I am making this choice with the utmost confidence like I've never had before in my life, because you gave me the freedom to make the choice myself. I'm going to go one more, Pisces. We've got the King of Wands, and now we've got the Queen of Wands. Divine pair. Wow, the Star. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. You know, this... Wow. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. This Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, when I was doing this with my hand, you know what I felt? I felt this energy of like, you'll never wonder if this person wants you, because they'll always be right here getting your back, showing up consistently day after day, you know, here for you. You know what I mean? Kind of almost even letting you know or confirming that you are their most attractive, most desired, like, counterpart person. Star card on the bottom of the deck. This is like super faded. It's like, well, it's happening in divine timing. It's happening now for a real reason. And, oh my God, Lord. It's definitely happening now for a reason, and it definitely is a wish fulfillment. Oh, do you remember at the beginning of the reading when I was talking about the Empress, and I don't even remember exactly what I said, but it was something about she's like waiting for someone to show up in the Emperor energy. I literally knew in that moment when I said that the Emperor card was coming out in the reading, but it like comes out super dramatically. I just told you this is our last, these are the last cards that I'm picking for this reading, right? And bam, here's the Emperor showing up, clarifying this Knight of Pentacles. And this Knight of Pentacles, like, the energy doesn't feel like the Knight of Pentacles as in slow. It feels as if it is every step you take, I have your back. I'm right behind you the whole time. I'm backing you up. It is like that really spectacular energy when you get a super good partner who really, you know, just like, I literally just saw a picture of, what is it, Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen, and like how they still have such a happy marriage. And it's like in the picture, the way he's looking at her, that's this Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands energy. It's like she knows how attractive she is, or she knows it. She's like very in touch with the feminine side of herself, because this masculine is so concentrated on her, not in a controlling way, not in a stalkery way, but just like, you're my one and only. You are the object of my affection. You are the object of my desire. And, you know, it really takes courage to be that vulnerable, to really be like, you know, I am all in for you, you know, and I am showing up for you day after day. You can rely on it. You can depend on me. You will always see me here. If you turn around, if you look over your shoulder, I'll be there. You will not have to worry. You will not have to wonder. You will not have to question where I am, what I'm about, what is happening. You'll know, like, all of that external world, all of that external drama will fall away, because it won't even matter. There would be no question. That people might find me attractive. People might find you attractive. Of course, I think they will find you attractive and do find you attractive. But for me, there is no other. And for you, there is no other. We're a divine pair. Because now you have the Emperor and the Empress, and that is the ultimate, right, of divine pairs. You also have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Wands. It's just spectacular. Honestly, it is. It's a very elevated kind of situation. It's a very beautiful kind of situation. And you have this Queen of Wands with the Nine of Cups. This is the part, Pisces, where you get your wish fulfillment, the Star and the Nine of Cups. You know, this is that part where you get that extreme level of happiness, that extreme level of bliss. You have the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Let me see what's under it. Ooh, the Judgment. And okay. Yeah, this story arc is definitely, you may be dealing with someone who's very logical and analytical, and someone who, you know, it's like, I keep getting this feeling of like somebody who kind of has it all figured out, somebody who may be even a bit of a perfectionist, someone who may care a little too much what the world outside thinks. But they're a good person. They are in alignment. They are solid and sure about what they're solid and sure about. They're in this energy more because they've been hurt and because they have been taught and trained into this way of being, rather than that this is their true nature. And I think through this experience, there is this major transformation within this King of Swords into the Emperor. And it's like, here's where we start and here's where we end. And it's pretty awesome. Okay, let me get you guys some messages and we'll see. All right, if you're dealing with a water sign, you're getting we will be together again. I left when I saw you with someone. I don't want to know, and I know I messed up everything. If you're dealing with a fire sign, you're getting I'm starting to understand our connection. I feel so drawn to you. The King of Swords, I'm also getting could be a decision point or a conversation as well. I feel so drawn to you. I feel you leaving me behind, and I am recovering. Okay. If you are dealing with an earth sign, I don't want to let you go. I feel you even though we are apart. Just being near you is intoxicating, and I replay our conversations over and over. And if you are dealing with an air sign, you are getting, I do love you. I don't know what you want. I want to make amends, and I don't know what comes next. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for you. I hope it helps. I hope it brings you peace and clarity. If it does, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment, please, please, please. Until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.